Hey everyone, I'm Jared.
And I'm Chantel.
Welcome to the Poured Out Podcast. All right. Welcome back. If you're joining us again, once again, just want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us, and whether you're listening or watching on YouTube, thanks for the comments and just the support. We really appreciate it.
We do. You betcha.
All right. So today is going to be a little bit of a different episode, or different, shorter. Yeah. We'll get into maybe why a bit later, but we're going to start with reading, listening, watching.
Yep.
And I got it in the right order the first try this time. I'm pretty sure. I had it written down, so that helps.
I don't have anything written down, so I'm flying by the seat of my pants.
Sweet. Okay. Well, I can start with reading. I haven't done a ton of reading, I guess, in the last week.
You listen to an audiobook.
Yeah, that's listening.
Oh,
jumping ahead.
Oh,
you're jumping ahead.
Okay, well, but that's also reading.
But I wasn't reading. Anyway,
okay,
I finished a fiction book called The Bands of Mourning, which is the third book of a series by Brandon Sanderson, and I think the fourth one is coming out soon. That's the Western fantasy one.
Yeah, you've been reading pretty much since we started this.
Yeah, I've been slowly going through. They're not very thick books. It's taking me a while to get through them. I just haven't done as much reading, I guess.
They are pretty thick books. You just normally read thicker books.
They're not normal Sanderson thick books. Yeah. They're only like
half of
400 pages-ish. I don't even know. Anyway, they've been pretty good. They're definitely not top tier, but they're pretty good. Yeah, and I think I mentioned that I finished Adorning the Dark a while ago already. That's been a couple of weeks already since I finished that one.
I think so.
Again, that one took me a while to get through. And then I just started reading Love Your Church
by Tony Merida,
something like that.
Sounds good. I have no idea.
You've read it though.
I read the book. Yep.
Yeah. So I just barely started. I think I'm maybe done the first chapter or just the intro or something. So just started it last night. Yeah, that's kind of the only things I've been reading in the last week.
Sounds good. Non-fiction wise, I've been reading, now I'm blanking, Total Church, it's called.
Oh yeah.
By Steve Timmis? Is it Timmis?
I think it's Timmis.
Tim Chester.
I
think. Well, I'm so bad at authors. I don't know. I'm not sure who
it's by.
You've really been
enjoying the book, though.
I'm enjoying the book.
Yeah.
But I don't really know who it's by. Yeah. It's about how some churches are really gospel-centered and some are really mission-centered, and how we should be both. Like, we should...
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been really good.
Kind of looks like to be both at the same time. Yeah.
I'm still only just over halfway done, and I was supposed to be done it like 3 weeks ago for a class at church, but it's been really good. I've just been reading it slow, kind of on purpose, letting it soak in.
Yeah. Takes a while to absorb the information.
Yeah. Lots of tabs, lots of highlights, lots of everything going on.
Noticed that, yeah.
Yeah.
Many tabs in the tab system have been used.
Yes. The tab system is working out perfectly.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely going to read that one when you're done it. It's on the mental stack of books, which is next to the actual stack of books.
The physical stack of books. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's reading. Do you have other stuff you've been reading?
Just fiction stuff, but I feel like I have a whole YouTube channel for that, so...
Yeah.
Although
the Frank Peretti one, you probably...
I really just finished a Frank Peretti book. The last one that he ever wrote is called Illusion. I mean, he's still alive, but I think he's done writing. It's called Illusion, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you have me curious. I haven't read a Frank Peretti book in a long time.
I feel like it's the kind of book not everyone's going to like, and I am okay with that. I can understand that. Whereas some books I'm like, no, everybody has to like this book or I'll take it personally. And this one, I feel like it's different. I can get it if people don't like it, but I really enjoyed it.
Do you think people would like it if they like other Frank Peretti books, or is it different enough from his other books that they might not?
I mean, like maybe because I like his other books too, but it's it doesn't have the spiritual warfare like his other books have. It's more science fiction.
It's very interesting. Because, yeah, what I remember from his books that I've read are, like, very... Like, they have a lot of, like, almost creepy vibe to them.
Yeah, because you can, like, see the...
You see the spiritual realm kind of thing going on, right? So
yeah. And this isn't like that at all. But I, really liked it.
You still liked it, yeah. And it's not one of his popular ones, right? Like, it's...
No, it only has 3.9 stars on Goodreads, which isn't terrible, but, like, it doesn't have... more people have read, like, The Oath or Piercing the Darkness, This Present Darkness than this one, I think.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, well, those are the ones that I've heard of.
Well, because this one was written in 2011 or 12.
Oh, so...
And
okay.
the other ones, I think one of the Darkness ones, the first one, was 1986.
Oh.
So there's a big jump there.
Yeah.
And The Oath was written after the Darkness ones, but I don't remember exactly when. But he seemed to have... Well, he wrote a bunch of middle grade books in between there.
Oh, okay.
And then he wrote... And I don't know when, like, Monster was.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, I need to reread that one because I don't really remember it. But anyway, Going Down is one of my favorite Peretti books.
Nice. Okay. Well, I won't make you say more about it now. If you want to find out more about that, you can go to Chantel's channel where she talks just about books.
Just about books. You bet.
Yeah. Listening.
I didn't listen to anything this week. I have my podcasts that I usually listen to. I didn't get to any of them. I didn't listen to any audiobooks. I didn't listen to, like, any music. We are listening to an audiobook together as a family. There we go. There's something. We're listening to A Place to Hang the Moon, which is middle grade historical fiction set in World War II.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where that goes because I'm assuming pretty much just at the beginning, and so far it's just been like someone ripping off Narnia, and I know it's not going to be that.
Yeah,
but the beginning is very Narnia-esque. Yeah, so
the kids go to the countryside, and it has Narnia vibes, except they don't go into a wardrobe. It is more realistic than that. Yeah. And I think we're maybe an hour out of 5.5 hours in. Okay. So we're not very far yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah, I read that one in the summer. Physically read it in the summer, now listening to it.
Yeah, because you told me some of the line. There was a line in there that came up when we were listening to it now. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head now. But
something about stubbornness. Like sometimes there was a couple lines that I told you about, but one of them was, sometimes it's really good to be stubborn, but not when you're being stubborn on over something shouldn't be or something.
Yeah. There was another one, but yeah. Anyway, it's been good. I'm enjoying it.
We need a physical copy, and then I will.
You can find the line.
It'll
be tabbed and highlighted.
You betcha.
Yeah. So I listened to Discipling by Mark Dever. Right. Okay. It's a short, it's like a 4-ish hour audiobook. So it was really good. I mean, it's just about the church and how a church should function as far as people should be discipling each other, and just that's how a church is designed to work. Yeah. Building each other up in the knowledge and understanding of Christ, and it has some practical ways to go about doing that. It was good. There was a lot of good points in there. I think after I finished reading it, I was like, or listening to it, I feel like I had listened to it before years ago. Oh. Because it seemed really familiar. Mm-hmm. But not enough, obviously, that it
wasn't triggering anything while you were listening to it. It was just afterwards.
Right at the end, there were some lines where I'm pretty sure I've heard this before. So it was weird. I don't know.
I'm curious to read that one now.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Yeah. And then I have been listening to. There's one new song actually, and that's "When We Pray" by Citizens. So they just came up with a new album a while ago, but then they released this song just a couple weeks ago, I think. And it's really good.
I'll have to listen to it. Enjoyed it. I've probably heard it coming out of your office before.
Yeah, you definitely have. But
doesn't ring a bell.
So yeah. And then watching, not a ton new on that either. We're still working our way through Rings of Power as a family. We've been kind of doing that.
We started the Spider-Man movie.
Yes, we started the Spider-Man movie.
Like 2000 and...
The original. Well, I don't know if
it's...
The Tobey Maguire original.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that we would have watched as like teenagers.
Yeah.
So like the original to us kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The classic in my mind. We got halfway through and then the internet wasn't working.
Technical problems caused us to not be able to finish it. But the kids were really enjoying it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Ephraim really likes...
movies.
Yeah. But Spider-Man is like up there for his superheroes, I think. So...
Yeah, I haven't watched that since high school. So
no,
it's been interesting.
It's kind of funny to watch it now again. Like I remember watching it as a teenager in high school and thinking it was just like the best movie ever at the time.
And now you realize, wow, the actors are like 35 and they're supposed to be in high school.
Especially the high schoolers, like the big bully guy, and it's like that guy is for sure 35. Like
he's like our age now instead of
yeah. So yeah, it's been. Just those two, I think. Can't think of anything else. Have you watched anything else?
I haven't watched anything recently, but something I started watching a while ago that I've only watched a few episodes of is on YouTube. It's called, I think it's, I can't remember what it's called. It has one name as the YouTube channel. It's called Anne with an E. Okay. I think that's what the YouTube channel is called. But they call it something different. So it's Anne of Avonlea, but it takes place in Avonlea, Saskatchewan.
Right.
So it's like Anne of Green Gables, modern day, taking place in Saskatchewan. So she's a foster kid.
Yeah.
In Saskatchewan and starting like a vlog. So there's also, it's kind of I'm assuming this is kind of like a ripoff of the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which is Pride and Prejudice on YouTube as well. But I watched a few episodes of the Anne one and really enjoyed it and really want to continue it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that a while ago.
Yeah, I haven't watched any more since then, but I feel like I need to share about it because it was good. And they haven't been, like it was over like 6 or 8 years ago or something.
Oh, really? So they're, like they did like kind of released a whole series kind of thing and they're done now?
Over the course of a few years, yeah. And like these kids were... I don't know, high school when they were doing it, I'm assuming. I can't really find any information online and it kind of bothers me. Like, where are these people now? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's been good and curious to see where it goes.
Cool. All right. I think that's probably it for reading, listening, watching. Yeah. The reason we are having a abbreviated episode today is we've been gone. We went on a little bit of a trip for a few days this week. It was our daughter's birthday. Today. As
of recording.
Yeah. And so we were trying to like figure out how to get the time to record, and then thinking about like the whole idea of like eliminating hurry, kind of realized like we don't need to do a full, like we can do a little bit of a shorter one.
Yeah. Instead of trying to squeeze something in or come up with something or like stressing out about it. Yeah. We could slow down.
Just slow down and take some more time to rest.
Yeah.
And so that has been something that's I've definitely been thinking of a lot more since we've gone through that video series.
That's the elimination of hurry.
The ruthless elimination of hurry, yes. Just not eliminating it, but like ruthlessly eliminating it.
You bet.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess this is one way we're trying to like live that out in practice and not try to fit too many things in that just don't fit.
At the same time, actually doing something like showing up, because that's another thing I want to talk about in the future.
For sure,
so making sure that we are consistent in doing the things that we say we're going to be doing, putting out a podcast.
Yeah.
But not stressing about it.
But yeah, and like being flexible with what exactly that looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we went on a bit of a trip, which involved some shopping, and because we were talking about practicing like the whole getting into the longest line thing.
That's right, yep.
And I don't remember actually during our trip there being a choice in lines anywhere we went.
Not a whole lot. Well, see, and I was noticing that this is the thing with self-checkout now. So
Yeah.
you just walk in and there's like a place to go.
True.
I did try it earlier in the week.
Yeah.
I went to the thrift store. Yeah. Yes, that was this last week. And I was in the line and they opened up another till and they were like, next one. So I had to move over because I couldn't just be like, no, I want to stay in this really long line. Like, so I tried it and it failed, but it wasn't really me. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I didn't, I guess, try that specifically, or didn't have the opportunity to, but I did notice, consciously thinking a few times of like when waiting in a line, because there were still lots of waiting in lines, but consciously thinking, oh, I should pull out my phone and look something up, and then just not doing it.
Right.
And so there was a few times like that for sure. And even we were staying at a hotel, and so the kids went swimming a few times, and we didn't want to go swimming, or so.
Well, it was cold in the pool.
Yeah, the pool was freezing. From what the kids said, it was cold,
And the hot tub
and
was
the hot tub was
cold.
lukewarm. So that's a recipe for not going in the water at all.
Yeah, no,
for
that doesn't
us.
sound
So-
fun.
But then, like a few times, like I was just in there with the kids while they were swimming, and I was trying to like not be on my phone the whole time.
Right.
Just to make a choice to just slow down, I guess.
Yeah.
So
And I chose to just read. So
yeah,
it wasn't
Well,
on
which
my
is
phone,
fine.
but
yeah, well, that's fine. Like I said, it's not like a you have to do this. It's just trying to practice those things, right? To learn to be better at them. And so I guess some success in the
yeah, I'm curious to like continue this experiment and see.
Because that's really what he's talking about, is just trying different things to see what works, to see what helps you, like your mind to kind of just calm down a little bit.
I really like the idea of like not pulling out the phone in lines and
Yeah.
and looking to see how many other people do you see.
Yeah.
Like I would like to start counting. Okay, there's X number of people on their phone and X not. Like, is anybody not on their phone?
That's what I have noticed too, is when you're not on your phone, it really stands out that everybody is on their phone, which is, interesting. Like even at the pool, sitting there was other parents sitting there too, and everybody's just scrolling something.
Well, and I mean, we were in a different city, so when we were sitting there together, we were Googling different things like, what time is this place open? And
for
that
sure.
kind of thing.
Like
So-
it's not like you can't be on your phone. It's just
no,
you
it's
really
just,
realize how tied we are
Oh,
culturally to just I have 30 seconds, so I guess I'll look at my phone for something.
Yeah.
Like I don't think everybody's always looking up useful information while they wait for their burger to be done or whatever.
Probably not.
But it takes a conscious effort to not do that because we're so trained to do it now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's one thing we've been trying to just be conscious of. And the other one that we've worked on, and another reason we're trying this is going to be a shorter episode, is the idea of Sabbath rest.
Yeah.
And so we've tried to make kind of like half of Saturday and half of Sunday our sort of Sabbath days, because our Sunday mornings are quite busy until about 1:00.
Yeah.
And Saturdays, like, you need to be able to get some stuff done, like around the house and whatever. So we've been trying Saturday from supper.
Yeah. From supper
And
till
then, and then Sunday kind of from lunch on. And I think it's kind of worked. We've had other things to go to as well.
Yeah.
And so I think like some of those things are okay. Like we've done stuff with friends.
Yep. Done stuff with family.
And done stuff with the family. And so we don't want to be like so hard and fast where it's like, no, we're not going to get together with, and do this thing with people because we're resting. But I don't know if that's something that in the future we're going to want to try to like guard those times more.
Figure that out as we go. I know I've definitely made some choices like Sunday afternoons when we are home to not do certain things. Like for me, a lot of my hobbies bring in a little bit of money. So it's this weird like stage of like, is this kind of like working? Is this resting? And it doesn't really matter. But I've made the decision to not do that stuff on Sundays and just
like, because you enjoy your work.
Yes.
Basically, right? And so it doesn't feel like you need to necessarily rest from that.
Yeah.
But it's still good to consciously be like, no, this is going to be a different type of time that I'm going to spend now. And where it's just rest, whatever that means. But it's consciously different from the rest of the week.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely something that we are going to have to keep learning how to do, I think. And it'll change depending on the season. Like we're going through a transition period in the seasons of our life right now.
Yeah, very much so.
So what exactly that looks like is going to change probably with what, we have the opportunity to do.
Yeah. And it will be more restful than the previous 2 Sundays because it's like, well, you can't not change a diaper and stuff. And now I don't have to.
Yeah,
so
true.
It's much more restful.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a work in progress, I think, with that. And I think, again, it's just trying different things to see what works, but just being more mindful of the time and trying to make the most of it, but not like get as much done as possible, but just relax or rest. So, yeah. So that's why today's going to be short, because we're going to take the rest of the day to have some Sabbath rest and celebrate a birthday with our daughter.
Yep.
And so, I don't know, anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I think that covers everything. We have some good topics coming up in the near future I'm excited about.
For sure. There's some things we're excited to talk about. Some good topics. So we're looking forward to those. And as usual, if you have any topic ideas or any things you'd like us to talk about, we'd love for you to leave those comments on the YouTube video. And
I'm very curious if anyone does any kind of Sabbath, how they do that in their home. I'm very curious to gather more ideas from other people.
Yeah.
And see what works for us. Yeah.
Yeah. See what works for other people, and maybe some of those things can help other people as well as us to. We can fit them in, but yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us in this short episode of Poured Out Podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.